This needs to be cleaned. I like to take a little 400 sandpaper and clean the area. I don't like to clean the whole thing. A couple of reasons is one, it keeps the solder where you want it. And I don't want it going everywhere. I just want it right there on the joint. And the other thing is I don't have to clean the whole thing. It's a faster process. And by the way, my hands are washed. I washed my hands with soap before I came out here. So they're clean, and yes, I have oils on the end of my fingers and stuff like that. I know that. But they are generally clean. I don't want to eat fried chicken and then go right to doing this. Alright, I'm going to roll the wire into a loop. And what you want is now, where I had two sharp edges, now I have two flat edges. The two flat parts will come together real easy like this. And I'm going to go ahead and overbend it. And under tension it should set. This being really soft wire though, you may need to work it a little bit so that it will stay. When you put heat to it, it will actually have enough tension to keep closed. If this thing comes open on you during the soldering, your solder will flow to one side and you won't make the joint. So it's got to actually be closed, touching, and apply your heat. And again, like I say, because this is dead soft stuff, sometimes what happens is it'll open up on you. So it doesn't hurt to work it a little bit at this stage. Okay, that done. I'll take my third arm. I'll put it out here and I'll go ahead and grip this thing. Try to get it level like this. Try to get it level this way. So when gravity will take over and make this thing work just right when we try to solder it. The solder joint I like to have at the bottom, and I'll put the piece of solder on top along with the flux, and I'll heat it from the bottom. And what will happen is the solder will melt, it'll flash melt, it'll melt into the joint, chasing the heat, and I'll take the heat off and it's formed. It's perfect. And that's all there is to it. One thing, when you're doing multiple rings like this particular stone and this particular stone, they may look exactly the same and they may be very, very close. They're not exactly the same size. So make sure you have some procedure in place that this bezel goes with that stone, and that you remember that this bezel goes with that stone. However you want to organize yourself is fine. It's just you don't want to be trying to put this bezel for this stone on this stone, because it's not going to fit and you'll hate life later. So, some high temperature flux, sometimes known as handy flux, comes by different names. Favorite little brush. I know it must seem like I have a lot of idiosyncrasies, and I probably do. I flux the top and the bottom. I like to open this up a bit and then let it close again. And the reason why I like to do that is I not only want flux on both sides of the joint, but I also want flux here in the center. So when I have everything right, I'll flux it, open it up, let it close, making sure that it's hasn't twisted, hasn't moved, it's set correctly again.